a little bit of a video. We're going to be talking about stress today. I know my students, I know that you guys are going to get through all of the stressful situations that life throws at you, but we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on right now. We're going to reflect a little bit in our Zoom meeting later in the week, and hopefully we can give you some tips and tricks for getting through this with the most positive attitude that you can. Throughout the school year, we have actually talked about dealing with stressful situations within the workplace. This is truly no different. We are in the midst of a pandemic right now. We're in the midst of a little bit of a crazy time nationally, and everybody's kind of going through it. Throughout the school year, we have talked about dealing with stressful situations. You guys are strong. I've said that before. I'll say it again. We're going to get through this, but we're going to use those tips and tricks that we've already discussed and build upon them for today's circumstance. We have previously used these tips and tricks for dealing with conflict within the workplace in order to prepare you for life after high school, and we're going to continue to use those for that. So everything that I say in this video is not only applicable for the circumstances that you're dealing with right now, but also for any circumstance you might deal with in the future. A lot of what we have talked about is the ability to focus on what you can control. Remember that the only person that you can control is yourself. That is one of the hardest things to realize, but when you do realize that, there's power in it. You can take ownership of yourself, and that gives you the upper hand in any situation. Another thing that we've talked about is having a growth mindset. A growth mindset says, I will choose positivity. Instead of saying, I give up, it says, maybe I could try again, or I could do something better next time. Growth mindset is all about putting in the hard work. So it's not only choosing to be happy, choosing to be positive, but choosing to move forward, which sometimes is the hardest thing to do. Focusing on what you can do in life in order to become a better person and move forward is the most important thing. Make that your mantra. Get excited about it because that's how you're going to transition out of high school. When life changes, especially all of a sudden, it is easy to feel helpless. Maybe you felt this way if your parents have ever gotten divorced, or maybe when you didn't get accepted to the college that you thought you were going to. Maybe you kind of feel this way now. I know I have at times. Maybe you didn't get a job you wanted, or you were expecting to apply for a certain job and that business is currently closed down. Things don't always go the way that we expect them to. But what's really important is that we do not let these things build up. We do not want to have all of this hurt and this stress and this worry inside and just let it build up, because then it's going to affect our behavior negatively. Finally, I want you to try to use social media and technology only for good. So, communicating with people, that's perfect. FaceTiming your grandparents, perfect. FaceTiming your friends, perfect. Spending 3 hours in a YouTube trap, not perfect. I'm still kind of in my comfy position. Let me go back to being a little bit more professional. You really want to focus on looking at recipes, like I just said. Use your phone in order to play math games so that you can stay sharp on your skills. Learn new technology by doing a computer coding website. Do a new hobby by watching YouTube videos. But do not just stay there and play Fortnite all day and be miserable. We think that that would be fun. We do. I think that it would be fun to lay around all day and watch YouTube videos, but I always feel terrible by the end of the day. So try to remember that. Try to remember that productivity really does make you feel good. So do a couple of things throughout the day. Change it up. And don't forget about that encouraging playlist that I'm going to put down. It's going to have growth mindset concepts, but it'll also have communication strategies and all kinds of things. I might do a few different playlists so that when we're doing our Zoom meetings, which the purpose of those is going to be to have more of a discussion rather than just me awkwardly talking to myself on camera. But I'm excited for those because I might have you watch a certain TED Talk. There are some really cool ones by a psychologist named Brene Brown that I really like. There are all kinds of TED Talks about anti-bullying. There are TED Talks about encouraging yourself. TED Talks about getting college scholarships. All kinds of awesome things. Things that I want you guys to focus on. So I'm kind of making my own little videos, but I also might send out some more that would be good for you guys to really watch and absorb during this time. Okay, remember these tips and tricks, but most importantly, remember that you're worth it. It is difficult to do self-care, which is essentially just taking time for yourself, doing things that makes you happy, practicing exercise skills, doing sports, doing your homework, making work for yourself that's educational, applying for jobs and scholarships, applying for college. All of those things are important, but I want you to remember that you are the reason that you need to move forward. You are the reason that you need to do things because you have unlimited potential. You know, I tell you this all of the time. And the reason that transition is super important is because there is something to transition to. And it's an awesome life of being an adult and giving people the best parts of yourself and bringing good stuff into the world. So stick with me. We will get through more of these painful videos. I'm sorry, I'm the worst at videos, but I'm excited. So tune in on Wednesday for our Zoom meeting at 2 p.m. I know it's a little bit short notice. We are going to be able to get these videos out to you a bit earlier in the future so that you have time to watch it. But see you at 2 on Wednesday, and we will talk about all of this going on. We will do kind of a debrief, and I'll get some feedback from you guys. What have you been doing to stay positive? What have you been doing to stay on track? Are there any tips and tricks that you want that you did not get? That kind of a thing. Stay safe, see you soon, and goodbye.